organization, professional groups, governments, they raising the awareness they take the helps of government and national organization and professional groups etc. for optimal feeding practices. ଯେମିତିକି ଆମର ସବୁ ଗଭର୍ଣ୍ଣମେଣ୍ଟ ଅଛି, ବିଭିନ୍ନ ଏନଜିଓସ୍ ଅଛି, ତ ତାଙ୍କୁ କହିବା, ତାଙ୍କୁ ବି ହେଲ୍ପ ନେବା ଦରକାର କି ଆମେ ଯେଉଁ ଫିଡ଼ିଂ ପ୍ରାକ୍ଟିସେସ୍ ତ ମାନେ ଯେତେ ହ୍ୟୁଜ୍ ଆମାଉଣ୍ଟର ଆମର ସବୁ ଅଛନ୍ତି ୟଙ୍ଗ ଚିଲଡ୍ରେନ୍, ଇନଫାଣ୍ଟସ୍, ଏସବୁ ଭଲନେରେବଲ୍ ଗ୍ରୁପ୍ସର ଯେଉଁମାନେ ଅଛନ୍ତି ତାଙ୍କୁ ଫିଡ଼ିଂ ପାଇଁକି ଦେ ସୁଡ୍ they should they should need the help of the government and nationalization organization as well as some NGOs. They involve this type of group of organizations for the our feeding practices of infant and young children. To achieve the national goals for infant and young children feeding practices so as to achieve reduction in malnutrition level in India. Their goal will be infant and young children good feeding practices to reduce malnutrition from our country. So this is the some infants and young child nutrition programs are there. One is ICF, IYCF. Their aims and objectives are this. Norm for infant honey, breastfeeding. Breastfeeding should be promoted as the gold standard feeding option. Breastfeeding is also known as gold standard feeding. Then complementary nutrition. Appropriately thick, homogeneous complementary feeding homemade from locally available foods should be introduced at 6 months completed of age. After the child is completed his or her 6 months, then complementary feeding should be added. It must be, the complementary feeding must be locally and regional as well as seasonal. Also it is homemade, not from the packet form. We should prepare at our home. Each meal must be made energy dense by adding sugar, jaggery, ghee, butter, oil. We should add calories. We should add dense calories such as sugar. Jaggery is better than sugar, ghee as well as butter, oil, etc. Adequate total calorie intake should be ensured by addition of 2 or more nutritional snacks between the 3 main meals. The 3 meals we should add some of the nutritional snacks such as rice flakes porridges, sagudanas, then porridges, etc. There also we should prepare pancakes of millets, pancakes are there, etc. We should add some of the nutritious snacks according to the child taste. Child jota bhal pauthuva ta taste, according to the child taste we should add nutritious snacks in between 3 meals. Then consistency of food should be appropriate and developmental readiness in the child in munching, chewing and swallowing. And consistency of food must be good according to the child eating habits. Easily available, cost effective, seasonal, uncooked foods, green and other dark color vegetable, milks and milk products, pulses, legumes, animal foods, oil, butter, jaggery, all kinds of foods are there. One is calorie rich food such as cereal based, pulses types protein rich, then colorful vegetables are also there, and then milk and milk products, and oil seeds are there, and then sweets, sugar and jaggery also there. All kinds we should add all varieties of foods to the child's nutrition. Foods can be enriched by making a fermented porridge used to germinate or sprouted flour and toasting of grains before grinding. We also used germinated cereals in chatuas. Then cereal based porridges when we will prepare such as chatua, then we will germinated the cereals products. We should germinated the wheat, then we should germinated the green moons, black cowpea, etc. We should germinate it. After germination, we should dry the cereals and then powder it for cereal porridges. It is very much good for the child's health. We should use fermented food products such as idlis, then pancakes, etc. in fermented form. Curd is also in fermented form. We should include it fermented food in the child diet, as well as these kinds of germinated cereal products. Foods can be enriched by making a fermented porridge. Fermented porridge is very much nutritious. Use of germinated or sprouted flour, toasting of grain before grinding. Sprouted flour is very much nutrition dense. Density of nutrition is very much than plain cereals. Then the details of food, including texture, frequency, average amount, summary in the table. We should look after the texture, frequency, and average among the child's nutrition. Hygienic practices are essential for food safety during all the involved steps: preparation, storage, and feeding. We must look after the hygienic practices, because if you take unhygienic food, then no nutrients, any nutrients cannot be absorbed in our body. Not iron, not calcium, not vitamins, etc. cannot be restored or absorbed in our body due to the unhygienic practices or due to the microorganism present in the food. So our body is unable to absorb uh, nutrients in our body. So hygienic practices is very much important while preparation, while storage, while feeding. We must hygienic must be, we must look after the hygienic of the food products. Then here in tables 10.5, 6 to 8 months, start with thick porridges, semi-solid porridges, well-matched food, frequency 2 to 3 meals per day, plus frequent breakfast. Average amount each meal start from 2 to 3 tablespoons full. When we are starting complementary feeding, first we will feed the baby to first 1 spoon. Then second feeding we will give extra 1 spoon. Then next 2 days, then we will start feeding 2 spoons, then 3 spoons. Otherwise, the child will vomit or dehydrate, or lose motions will occur. That's why we will slowly raise the level of feeding. In 9 to 11 months, half of the 250 ml cup or bowl we should provide to the patients, or we will give this kind of foods to the, because it is adequate in our outside food. In 6 months of the age, the baby was not habituated in outside food. That's why we should give hygienic and in very low frequency, in 2 intervals, 3 intervals, etc. Then 9 to 11 months, we should give child frequent meals. Then half 250 ml cup of bowl, 3 to 4 meals, plus breakfast depending on the appetite. Offer 1 to 2 snacks. We should always look after the appetite of the child. We should not overfeed the child, because it vomits the food, as well as dehydration or loose motions are seen, and the loss of appetite also seen. For repeatedly vomiting, repeated ଯଦି vomiting ହେଲା, the appetite ବି child ର କମିଯାଏ. Then 12 to 23 months, family food, chopped, mashed, if necessary. 3 to 4 meals for breakfast depending on the appetite of our ଏତିକି normal foods the baby can take. Then second is maternal absolute affection. Ma project. What is Ma project? The nationwide program named Ma was launched on 5th August 2016. Ma project was started or launched on 5th August 2016 in an attempt to bring undiluted focus on promoting of breastfeeding in addition to the ongoing effects to the health system. In Ma products, the main focuses are the lactating mother. We should aware the lactating mother about the breastfeeding, or the importance of breastfeeding. Then the goal of the Ma program is to revitalize efforts towards promotion, protection, and support of breastfeeding practices. Its main aim is to promote, then protection and support of the breastfeeding practices. Then build an enabling environment for breastfeeding through awareness generation activities targeting pregnant and lactating mother. The beneficiaries are pregnant and lactating mother. Family members are also included, such as mother-in-laws, etc., and the elderly persons, and society, in order to promote optimal breastfeeding practices. Breastfeeding to the positionist as the important intervention for the child survival and development. The positioning of the breastfeeding is very much important. In this MA project, we should aware, we should promote, we should restore the breastfeeding practices. Then reinforce lactation support services at public health facilities through trained healthcare providers and through skilled community health workers. So it must be promoted through trained healthcare practitioners who are residing in our village. Village guides were there, ANMs were there, who were very much well trained health practitioners. Then to incentivize and recognize those health facilities and so high rate of breastfeeding along with processes in place for community lactation management, for processes in place for lactation management. In place for lactation management, what what points they should observe, what are the steps we should aware them, how they will breastfeed, what is the positioning, what the mother will take in for increasing of breast milk, etc. This is the main aim of MA project. Then components of MA programs are awareness generation, building and enabling environment for demanding generation through mass media, mid media and communities. Mass media is very much good information we should give to the societies and do awareness programs. Then mass media is very much important and media is also very much communications and community. Then community level activities, capacity building of community health workers, ASHA Karmis, Anganwadi workers, ANMs on breastfeeding. We should aware them. We should give a proper education. We should promote proper education to the ASHA Karmis, Anganwadi workers, ANMs on breastfeeding and community dialogue through mothers meeting conducted by ASHAs, trained ANMs on sub-centers for the providing skilled care in the communities. Then health facility strengthening is capacity building of ANMs, nurses, doctors at all delivery points, role reinforcement regarding lactation support services. Then health facility strengthening is also important. Then 10.9 is National Health Mission, NHM. What is NHM? The National Health Mission was launched in 2013, subsuming the National Urban Health Mission to provide quality health services. The main aim of NHM is to provide quality health services to the society, community, etc. The mission adopts the synergetic approach by relating health to determinants of good health. Then the main goals of NHMs are to reduce maternal death rate, to reduce IMR, to reduce TFR, prevention and to how to prevent anemia. It is also the main aim of this. Then first one is prevention and reduction of anemia in women at the reproductive age 15 to 49 years. How will prevent? How will reduce the anemia in our community? Then prevent and reduce mortality and morbidity from communicable. So the reduces the death rates of mother as well as child. Non-communicable injuries and emergency diseases, which are endemic diseases also there. They will immunize that persons. Non-communicable and injuries are the main aim of healthcare facilities or delivers healthcare services to the society. NHMs reduce household out of pocket and expenditure on total healthcare expenditure. Reduce household of pocket expenditure on total healthcare expenditures. there was no cost or very low cost. The health services of the NHMs reduce annual incidence and mortality from tuberculosis by half 8. Then mortality of they also prevent the mortality from tuberculosis, reduce prevalence of leprosy, leprosy, reduce prevalence of leprosy population. They reduce the tuberculosis as well as leprosy, annual malaria incidence less than 1%, microfilaria prevalences in districts, then Kala Ajar eliminations of in all roads. Their main aims, their main goals are to prevent this kind of disease from our society, to prevent from spreading in our society. Then accredited social health activities. Then ASHA Karmis are accredited social health activities has been engaged under the missions of establishments link between community and health system. They link with community and they as well as to the NHM's health systems. ASHA is the first port of all call for the health related demands for deprived sections of the population, women, children who find it difficult to access health services in rural areas. They will give informations to the NHM that this person, these women are pregnant, then childbirth, etc. They were informed to the NHMs. ASHA programs has been increased the utilizations of outpatient services, diagnostic facilities, institutional deliveries, inpatient cares, etc. Their works are inpatient cares, mothers, child, adolescents, etc. Intentional deliveries also they help those women, pregnant women, etc. In their deliveries, and also some facilities they should provide to the communities, women's vulnerable groups. United grants to sub-centers. Then third one is reproductive maternal newborn child adolescent health program, RMNCH plus A. This is the comprehensive program for improving the maternal and child health under NHM. It is also coming under this program is also combined with or works under NHMs. Earlier program naming reproductive and child health RCH launched in 1997-98. Their targeted beneficiaries are women and children. Which includes integrated service delivery in various life stages, adolescent, pre-pregnancies, childbirth, postnatal period, childhood. The beneficiaries were child and mother, women. Goals are reduce the infant mortality rate IMR, reduction of maternal mortality rate MMR, and reduction in total fertility rate. Reduction of total to control our population. So reduction in total fertility rate. Three goals are there. RMNCH goals are reduction of IMR, reduction of MMR, and reduction of populations per TFR. Component of healthcare under RMNCH includes for adolescent and women in reproductive age healthcare. In their reproductive age healthcare, adolescents and women are beneficiaries. The components is adolescent nutrition is there. Adolescent nutrients are iron and folic acid supplementations, facilities based adolescent reproductive and sexual health services, adolescent health clinicals also there. In this program, they should aware the adolescent girl about their sexual health. Then information and counseling on adolescent sexual reproductive health or the health issue. Then they informed and counseled the adolescent for sexual reproductive health. Then menstrual hygienic and prevent health checkups are also there. Menstrual hygienics are there, sexual health educations are there, and then nutrition also added in this program. Then then prevention and management of sexual transmitted and reproductive infections are there to prevent, to reduce RTI, UTI, any sexual transmitted diseases. We should aware that our the adolescents, girls and women. comprehensive abortion care, and MTP, community-based promotion and delivery of contraceptives to the women to reduce our populations in our community or society. For maternal and child care, it is the adolescent women in reproductive age. These facilities are provided to them. For maternal and child health care, immediate essential newborn care and rescues are there. Delivery of antenatal care packages are there. In the high risk pregnancies, where high risk pregnancies were there, immediate delivery facilities they should provide to the patients. Then postpartum care for mother and newborn. Then home-based new care and prompt referrals. Then integrated management of common childhood illness, diarrhea, pneumonia, and malaria treatments. Also, they aware the mothers. They aware the mothers to uh, to control diarrhea, how to control diarrhea, pneumonia, malaria in that. In childhood illnesses, common diseases, and these are the childhood common diseases are there. How to control, how to prevent diseases. Immunization is also there. Early detection and management of death, defect at birth, deficiencies, disease, disability in children in between 0 to 18 years. Early detections of and managements are also there. How to manage this and how to detect, how to early detect it. These are the main goals or aims of this project. RMNCHA. Then राष्ट्रीय किशोर स्वास्थ्य कार्यक्रम. राष्ट्रीय किशोर स्वास्थ्य कार्यक्रम RKSK. These are the holistic development of adolescent population. Ministry of Health and Family Welfare launched राष्ट्रीय किशोर स्वास्थ्य कार्यक्रम in 7 January 2014. Then out of which lots of millions of adolescents, males and female, rural, urban, married, unmarried, in, out, school adolescents focuses in this group. As a part of scheme, promotion of menstrual hygiene among adolescent girls in the age group of 10 to 19 years in rural areas has been initiated. The main aims of RKSK are to aware the adolescent girl to promotion of menstrual hygiene in the age group of 10 to 19 years. Then how they should use sanitary napkins and safe disposal of sanitary napkins are being provided. Additional weekly, then iron, folic supplements, program for school-going adolescent girls was scaled up in the entire country. As well as menstrual hygiene, they were aware the adolescent girls for menstrual to keep menstrual hygiene, as well as with iron and folic acid supplements are also provided to the school-going girls. 100 mg elemental iron and 500 mcg folic acid using a fixed day approach. Then administered adolescent for 6 to 12 years, class boys and girls aged in between 10 to 19 years through health programs. Then albendazole 400 mg also provided to control helminthic infestation by worm infestations. The school going boys and girls are giving albendazole 400 mg doses. The राष्ट्रीय किशोर स्वास्थ्य कार्यक्रम girls, adolescent girls are included, as well as adolescent boys and girls both are included for albendazole for to control worm infestations as well as hygienic maintenance. Then next one is Janani Suraksha Yojana, JSY. Janani Suraksha Yojana was proposed under NRHM, National Rural Health Missions, by modifying the existing National Maternity Benefit Scheme, NMBS. Earlier, assistant for the it. These schemes were all these schemes was provided to the pregnant women who were living in rural areas or are coming under below poverty line or BPL line. Those who are in very poor people, income in economic status are very low. This Janani Suraksha Yojana was working on the rural area women who are very poor, coming under BPL families for better diet. While JSY cash assistant is linked to antenatal care during pregnancy, institutional care during delivery, and postpartum period in the healthcare. This is the coordinator by village level worker, ASHA Karmis, sponsored scheme to reduce maternal mortality ratio and infant mortality ratio, MMR as well as IMR rate to reduce these rates, to increase institutional deliveries from BPL families, to increase institutional delivery for safe deliveries for BPL families. They should provide some health wealth assistance or some finance. They should provide finance assistance to the BPL families, women, pregnant women, for their safe deliveries to reduce the mortality rate of both mother and child. Then this is the main name of Janani Suraksha Yojana. Then Janani Sishu Suraksha Karyakram. It was launched on 1st June 2011 to assure free service to all pregnant women and sick neonate assisting public health institutions. In Janani Sishu Suraksha Karyakram, pregnant women, all pregnant women are coming under this group, and sick neonate assisting public health institutions. Or infants are also coming. The scheme envisages free and cashless services to pregnant women, normal deliveries and cesarean operations, and treatment of sick newborn up to 30 days after birth. They are in very risk in newborn babies. This program is for all pregnant women or neonates babies or neonates infants after birth, up to 30 days after birth, who are coming under newborns. The government health institution across all states entitlement should include free drugs, consumables, free diagnostic, free blood. And in this, the aim of this project is they should give free services of they will provide free drugs, then free diagnostic, free blood, etc. to save the both mother as well as neonates. Then 10.10, food security programs. Food security, as you mean, food security is the availability of food grains is not a sufficient condition to ensure food security to the poor. Necessary that the poor have sufficient means to purchase food. The capacity of the poor to purchase food can be ensured in two ways: by raising the income or supplying food grains at subsidized prices. Food security programs, the main of food security programs are to raising, to increases the incomes of the poor people. First we will increase the poor peoples or increase the incomes of the poor peoples, or supply food grains at very normal prices, but subsidized prices. We should provide two types of services to the poor people, such as supplying grains in subsidized price or raising the income of the person. Then, while employment generation programs attempt the first solution, the public distribution system (PDS) is the mechanism for the second option. Our government has made constant efforts to improve availability of food for poor. Governments have lots of schemes to help to provide grains or food items to the poor people. Beside the PDS, other programs are there. Antardaya Arna Yojana (AAY) and the Annapurna scheme programs such as Antardaya Arna Yojana and Annapurna scheme, National Food for Work program NFFW has also been launched. Three or four kinds of schemes are there, which the main aims are to provide free of cost or very low cost or free of cost the poor peoples in our residing in our society who are coming under BPL ground. That's why they should provide free of cost the food grains to the persons. Then first is PDS, Public Distribution System. and the targeted public distribution system. TPDS and PDS are two programs coming under food security programs. First one is PDS and TPDS. In PDS, it is an important constituency of the strategy for poverty alleviation who are coming under BPL group. PDS continues to the measure instrument of government's economy policy, food security to the poor people. For effective functioning of PDS, the central government bears the responsibility. Here, the central government bears the responsibility to distribution of food grains to the poor people. Then procurement and supply of food grain, wheat, rice. Besides sugar, imported edible oils are there, kerosene to the state government and union territories for distribution. The central government delivered the necessary food items as well as oil and kerosene oils to the state government, and the state government were distributed in their states and districts. PDS has important implemented earlier serve the population below poverty line is urban basis, limited coverage in the state. The who are coming under BPL group, whether the persons are residing in urban as well as rural people, the PDS is applicable on them. Then Antardaya Anna Yojana. Antardaya Anna Yojana has been launched on Honorable Prime Minister of India on the 21st December 2000. The scheme reflects the commitment of the Government of India to ensure food security to all and create a hunger-free India in next 5 years. Antardaya Anna Yojana aims is to hunger-free India in next 5 years. The main aim is to declared as the hunger-free India, so that they will the center as well as state government will provide free fooding to the community persons, so that we can declare as the hunger-free India in next 5 years. And improve the public distribution systems also. We should we should improve the public distribution system of food grains, so that the poor people can get this kind of help, this kinds of helps, and the these kinds of facilities must be reached to the needy persons. Needy जो माने अच्छे poor people को पाखु को जल्दी पहुंची पारे, ना कि समस्त पाखु पहुंचीबो, but जे targeted person पाखे पहुंची न पारे. So the distribution must be improved and the needy person should get these benefits. Then the poorest of the poor, rural urban areas, all are included in then on the Anna Yojana, Antardaya Anna Yojana. Their purchasing power is so low and they are not in position to buy food grains round the year even at BPL rates. This is the 5% of out of population, which constitute target of Antardaya Yojana sell and issue price. Then providing food grains at the rate of 35 kg per child, for family per month. Per month, per family, they should provide 35 kg of food grains or rice. The food grains are issued by the Government of India at rupees 2, 3 tonkia chowda per kg of wheat and 3 per kg of rice. The kg of rice is 3 rupees. Some prices are there, in very nominal prices are there. Per kg of wheat is 3 and kg of rice is 2. In the view objective poverty, this group of beneficiaries, the state government may ensure that the end retail price is returned to 2 rupees 2 per kg in wheat and 3 per kg as rice, and 1 for coarse gain. Antardaya Anna Yojana families can also buy 1 kg of sugar at rate of 18.5. 18 टंका 50 पैसा रे they can buy 1 kg of sugar also, and rations of. Identification of beneficiaries. The most crucial elements of ensuring the success of Antardaya Yojana is the correct identifications of Antardaya family etiki families are there, and these will constitute about etiki BPL families are there. Issue of ration cards also. Issues of ration card is the identification of Antyodaya family. Those who have ration cards, then they will get this type of facilities or Antyodaya Anna Yojana facilities who have BPL cards or issues of ration cards or who have with ration cards. Then Annapurna scheme. Annapurna scheme aims to providing food security to meet the requirements. Senior citizens who, though eligible, have remained uncovered under the National Old Age Pension Scheme, who are coming under National Old Age Pension Scheme for the older patients by elderly persons. This this scheme aims to provide food grains to the elderly persons or old age persons, those who are unable to work. Then 10 kg of food grains per month are given to the elderly person in this Annapurna scheme, provided free of cost to the beneficiaries. The free of cost, the beneficiaries should take free of cost of grains, and the number of persons who benefited from the scheme will, in the first instance, 20% of the persons eligible to receive pension under NOAPS in state union territories. They also get uh, food grains, as well as they will take some pension facilities also there in Annapurna scheme. Pension from 250 to 1500 depending on the different states. As per the data, number of beneficiaries under the schemes are this who are eligible to scheme. How they can identify eligibility criteria: age of the beneficiary, male or female, should be more than 65 years. Beneficiary must be destitute in the sense having no regular menstrual substance, his or own. So they, she or he don't have any regular income source, so that income she should not have an income source, so that they are unable to buy good kind of food grains. They were given they are giving these are the beneficiaries in this scheme. They should provide food grains as well as some financial assistance. The beneficiary should not be recipient of pensions under the NOPS and state pension scheme. She should not be a pension holder. He or should not be a pension holder. The beneficiary should not be BPL category. There should not be Antyodaya Anna Yojana by BPL category ration card holder. Should not be coming under, should not the beneficiary should not be coming under the BPL groups or Antyodaya Anna Yojana schemes. Then she should benefited in this scheme or benefited were provided to that person, those who have not have coming under the BPL group as well as ଅନ୍ତର୍ଦୟ ଅନ୍ନ ଯୋଜନା। ସେ ଆଉ କୌଣସି ଫ୍ୟାସିଲିଟିସ୍ ପାଉନଥିବ ତାକୁ ହିଁ ସେଇ ପେନସନ ସ୍କିମ୍ରେ ଆଡ୍ ହେବ, ନହେଲେ ସେ ଅନ୍ତର୍ଦୟ ଅନ୍ନ ଯୋଜନାରୁ ପାଉଥିବ ପ୍ଲସ୍ ଏଇଥିରେ ବି ପାଉଥିବ, ତ ସବୁଥିରୁ ଅନ୍ନପୂର୍ଣ୍ଣା ସ୍କିମ୍ରୁ ଇଏ ମାନେ ସେମାନଙ୍କୁ ଦିଆଯିବନି। Implementing authorities. Implementing authorities are public distribution, Union Ministry of Consumer Affairs, state level, then national level, public distributions, etc. were there. Then next is National Food for Work Program, NFFWP. The National Food for Work Program has been conceived with the objective of providing additional resources apart from the resources available on the Sampurna Gramin Rozgar Yojana. Sampurna Gramin Rozgar Yojana, about which we shall study distribution of program as part of wages under the National Food of Work Program, based on the principle protecting the real ages of the women. Besides the nutritional standards of the families of the poor, under the scheme, food grains are given to the part of wages to the rural people at the rate of 5 kilo per man per day. In this scheme, National Food for Work Program means they were working, they were at daily wages, they were getting daily wages. In this program, the daily wages are not completely financed. Also, some person they will provide finance and some persons they should provide food grains. Then 5 kg per man per day. Per man per kg they will provide 5 kg per man per day cereal grains or cereals products. The food grains are given to the part of wages to the rural poor people at the rate of 5 kg per man per day. Per day they will get 5 kg of cereals, food grains. More than 5 kg food grains can be given to the laborer under this program. Exceptional cases such to minimum 25% of wages to be paid in cash. Then 25% they should paid in cash and remaining wages they should given as a food grain. Self employment and wage employment scheme. संपूर्ण ग्रामीण रोजगार योजना. संपूर्ण ग्रामीण रोजगार योजना is launched by government in India 1st September 2001, providing gainful employment for the rural people. These schemes works for rural persons employment. These are the employment programs such as Jawahar Gram Samriddhi Yojana. Scheme has provide provision for women, scheduled castes, scheduled tribes, and parents of children from hazardous occupations are referred given to the families under BPL who are coming under BPL groups who are sorry who are coming under BPL groups or low incoming groups and also women. Then SC/STs were there. Then parents of children from hazardous occupations. Okay, while preference given to the Sampurna Gramina Rozgar Yojana beneficiaries, these types of people. The scheme is self-targeting in nature and food grains are distributed to the laborers as a part of wages at the BPL rate. According to BPL rates, rupees per kg, 3 rupees 3 per kg, etc. In these prices, we should give food grains to the laborers at the part of wages. The main objective of the scheme is to give the security to the rural people, rural poor, and create a water sheds, roads, and small infrastructure by generating employment for poverty alleviation through the employment and food grains. The main objective of this scheme is to give the security to rural poor, create water conservations, roads, small units of infrastructures generating employment for the poor people. Then Swarna Jayanti Grama Swarojgar Yojana. These are the livelihood missions and finally merged to the Din Dayal Antyodaya Yojana in November 2015. Main aim to reducing urban poverty by improving livelihood opportunities through skill training and skill upgradation for self-employed. The main aim of this project is to improving the training and skill trainings are there for self-employment, subsidized banks, loans getting from micro enterprises, organizing urban poor to self-help groups are there. Among means self-help groups are there, or these are self-employment programs. Then National Rural Employment Guarantee Act 2015 NREGA. It started in 2006, renamed as Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Act, is an Indian labor law and social security measures that aims to guarantee the right to work. It aims to enhance livelihood security in rural areas by providing at least 100 days of wage employment in the financial year in every household adult members volunteers to be unskilled manner. The largest and the main is the livelihood security in rural areas providing wage employment. These are the livelihood security in rural areas. The works is there. These are the main schemes, also very important. These are. Then Unit 11, review of National Nutrition Programs. Six food security programs were there, and these are National Nutrition. What are the National Nutrition Programs? Nationally, for National Nutrition Programs are iodine deficiency disorder control programs are there. Then anemia control programs are there. National Program for Prevention of Nutritional Blindness or Vitamin A Deficiency were there. Then Integrated ICDS, Midday Meal Plan, Public Distribution System, yeah, PTS, we had already studied here. Targeted Public Distribution Systems, Employment Generation Schemes. These are coming under National Nutritional Program. In the National Iodine Deficiency Disorder Control Program, was coined in 8 currently in according to this program. uh, Households are using iodized salt among the state. Use of iodized salt is lowest in Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu and Dadra and Nagar Haveli. Then we should aware the people to take iodized salt in their food. The quality of salt moved by road is not subjected, monitored by functionaries of salt department. Food safety standards, according to food safety standard, restricted the sale of common salt for direct human consumptions. We should restrict it to we should restricted the person to stop taking normal salts instead of iodized salt. The National Reference Laboratory for Monitoring of Iodine Deficiency Disease is National Cooperative Development. Also training were there, monitoring and quality checking also there of salt and urine testing. For effective implementations, the control cells are there in state directorate, state IDD monitoring laboratories also there. Then health educations are also there, extensive information awareness programs to control this iodine deficiency disorder disease. Iodine deficiency disorders. We should how to control how to take iodized salt. Actions and improvements are regular monitoring the quality of salt at the manufacture. Consumption levels should be done to ensure the beneficiaries consume adequate quantity of iodine in their diet. And also improvements are there should be continued and supply of iodized salt in iodine deficient endemic areas. Then National Nutrition Anemia Control Program. It is also known as National Nutritional Anemic Prophylaxis Program in 1970. Then in these cases, what are the awareness among women communities about the value of iron folic acid tablets, awareness among health workers about these objectives, then distributions of iron folic acid tablets, consumptions of iron folic acid tablets, monitoring of NNACP of health workers, and IFA supplementation on birth weight and incidence of low birth weight in infants. Chemical compositions of IFA tablets are, so this is the awareness program. We should give educations to the adolescent girls, lactating, pregnant children, etc., who are under who are coming under underweight or malnourished. Then we should aware them. We should we should give good nutritional health educations to them to, by using of this iron folic acid tablets for in their daily routines. Then health consequences of iron deficiency anemia are especially some tablets dosages and the effect. Then inadequate consumptions of IFA tablets by women and children due to poor supplies, lack of compliances, lack of work modifications, want of nutrition, lack of health education, health workout. These are the we should aware, we should give health educations to the society, vulnerable group of society to take IFA tablets and also iron and with folic acid rich food. Actions of improvements are improve the nutritional and health status of children in the age group of 0 to 6 years for preschool child. Foundation for proper physiological, physical, psychological, social development of the child. Reduce the incidence of mortality, morbidity, malnutrition, school dropout, etc. It should reduce in case the person in child was suffering from iron deficiency, then they should reduce the she or he should not be active at most, or school dropouts are there, and also malnutrition are seen, and then morbidity and mortality rate will increases. That's why we should, the main aim is to reduce the incidency of mortality, morbidity, malnutrition and school dropout. To achieve effective coordination to policy and implementations amongst the various departments to promote child development. And then enhance the capability of the mother to look after the normal health and nutritional need of the child through proper nutrition and health education. We should aware the mothers, women residing in family. We should aware the women or mothers for to take iron folic acid tablets as well as with iron rich food. Also maintain hygiene is very important. National program for prevention of nutritional blindness due to vitamin A deficiency. Then vitamin A deficiency, for example, in Kerala has the same policy of vitamin A supplementations in Uttar Pradesh, and also the intake of vitamin A rich foods are given low priority. There are no studies have evaluated all the component of nutritional programs preventions of vitamin A deficiency. Then major findings are there. Coverage level of vitamin A supplementation to the child are low due to various reasons: inadequate outreach, inadequate irregular supplies, lack of orientations of functionaries, lack of monitoring, supervision, etc. Lack of awareness, lack of availability. Also, the babies or childs were not getting enough vitamin A. That's why evaluating of the impact of vitamin A supplementation on mortality and morbidity shown no significant impact of vitamin A on mortality and respiratory tract infection among. When the vitamin A deficiency occurs in the society or community, then the child will suffer from respiratory tract infections. Remains a public health problem in certain geographical pockets. Vitamin A supplementation is low. Certain priority action of improvement is consumption of vitamin A rich food should be especially promoted in areas found where the vitamin A deficiency is found. We should promote to take, we should educate the persons or mothers to take iron rich food in their daily routines. The program should be strengthened through various measures like improvement of community outreach, adequate trainings are there, provision for rural adequate supplies of vitamin supplements also are there, as well as vitamin A rich food. Vitamin A supplements are also important. Then ICDS. What is ICDS? ICDS are Integrated Child Development Services, launched in October 2, 1975 in National Policy of Children. Then decrease in the main aim is decrease in prevalence of malnutrition among preschool child who are coming under 0 to 6 years. Then ratios should be decrease of the malnutrition among preschool child. Improved immunization coverage in ICDS areas. Improve in school enrollment and reduction in school dropout. Reduction of school dropout. Proper immunization is going on. Then we should decrease the ratio of malnutrition amongst preschool child. The main aim of ICDS are. The reasons for this are, what are the reasons for ICDS schemes? Inadequate coverage of child below 3 years of age were greater risk of malnutrition. Preschool childs are a greatest risk of malnutrition, so that in this time we should give proper nutrition to the child. And the women and child having in helmets, sorry, hamlets, child living in hamlets, child living in hamlets, and women and preschool child, sir, we should adequate coverage in this area. Irregular food supply, irregular feeding, inadequate rations. Those who are taking irregular food supplements and not good compositions of foods, not getting well balanced diet, which are or deficient in nutrients, which are very much useful for a grown up child or preschool child, then we should focus on this type of activities in to coverage of children below 3 years of age. Then we should follow their regular food supplies are there or not. Then irregular feeding is if irregular feeding is then we should change to the regular feeding and the right quantity of feeding to the child. And inadequate rations are also main reason. Poor nutrition and health education for mothers are very much necessary. Health educations of mothers are very important to encourage improved feeding practices in the home and other relevant behavioral changes. So we should educate the mothers for good nutrition, for the good nutrition, for good or better nutrition of the child. We should first educate the mother. Inadequate training of workers, particularly nutrition, growth monitoring, and communication. We should train the mother as well as Anganwadi workers for their growth monitoring and communication, and particularly for nutrition. Then Anganwadi worker overload, weak and unsupportive supervision of Anganwadi worker resulting in the neglect of crucial nutrition related tasks. So we should educate the Anganwadi worker as well as the mother for better nutrition of the child. This is the main aim of ICDS. ICDS main works are to growth monitoring, for immunizations, food supply, then reduce school dropouts, etc. as the main aims of ICDS. Improve the nutritional health status of the children in the age group of 0 to 6 years. Foundations of proper physical and mentally growth of the, she should focus, the project will focus the proper development of the child, reduce the mortality and morbidity and malnutrition rate among preschool child, and provide good nutritional supplements to the and immunizations, etc. Then Pradhana Mantri Gramadaya Yojana, setback and new challenges. Difficult in procuring local available home tech. In Pradhana Mantri Gramadaya Yojana, setback and new challenges. In this, the main aim is area of health, nutrition, education, drinking water, housing, and rural roads. This scheme is focuses on the areas health, then areas nutrition, education, drinking water, housing, and rural roads. This is known as PMGY, Pradhana Mantri Gramadaya Yojana. It comes under all health, nutrition, education, employment, etc. This was done by poor and populous states with high undernutrition rates, where the malnourished persons are staying, and these schemes are working under this area where the poor and malnourished persons are staying. So they were all total, they will look after the health, nutrition, education, drinking water, rurals, etc. and environment also. Difficulty Available data today indicates that in this Yojana, difficulty in procuring local availability of home tech food supplements, provision for relatively expensive ready-to-eat food was made, and cereal pulse oil mix mixtures needed to additionally but substitute of state-owned plan funds for nutrition. These are the main schemes of National Program for Nutrition Support to Primary Education. It's a midday meal plan. Midday meal scheme is the common name used by National Program for Nutritional Supports to Primary Education. Then evaluations MDMs are, it was mechanism at the school, block level, district level, state and national level in the reports to the state government. In 30th September 2018, more than 8 lakhs inspections have been carried out. Then the evaluation studies are, cooked day meal plan, meal programs can be successful in addressing classroom hunger. This is also known as midday meal plan is classroom hungers. Beneficiaries of schools and children come to school empty stomach, or those coming from distant places again feel hungry to reaching school, as thus cannot be concentrate on studies due to the hungerness of the children who are coming very far away, or who are coming under below poverty line. They are unable to take food. So the government will decide to plan for a scheme so that we should provide good quality of nutrition, good quality of foods to the school going children in their classrooms. The contributions of midday meal to the food security and child nutrition seems to be particularly crucial in tribal areas where hunger is endemic. It also in tribal area where the hunger is endemic. Endemic means they were not, they were not every day. They will not take food, adequate amount of nutrition in their diet. Every day they will unable to take food. So this is very crucial in tribal areas where hunger is endemic. Midday will have big effects in school participation, not just terms to getting more school enrolled in the register in the pupil attendance on the basis of the states and arrange the genders in the attendance. So this is also encourages the students to come to the school, and for their better educations it encourages the students to come to the school, uh, for enroll in the schools for better education. This is the main aim. Then cooked midday meal is reported to have flattered in platform for the children in social and economically background to take meal together. Then midday meal also help the poor families engulfed in poverty, hunger and starvations. The square a meal a day cannot even think of sending their children to school. The poor households are the widows, landless, leprous, values as well free lunch every day for their children. Those who have poor economic status, they provide food. They provide food to the children through midday meal plan. The midday meal plan through रे से तांग छुआ मानू को किछि माने गुटे हेवी मील जोटा जोटा न्यूट्रिशंस डेंस फूड हमने मिले जाउछ. Midday meals should be integrated with school health services, immunizations, deworming, growth monitoring, health checkups, micronutrient supplements such as iron folic tablets supplementations are there. So including midday meal plan, they also integrated with any health services, immunizations also there, deworming, then growth monitorings are also there, health checkups are there, and micronutrient supplements such as iron, folic acids, calcium, etc. Then last one is PDS and TPDS. PDS are adequately targeted with a small number of beneficiaries actually coming coming from non-poor households. Many of the poorer states do not obtain the regular quantity cover their needy populations. PDS mainly based the weak administrative capacity and finding their PDS is high cost operation related to the society. This is the provide a given number of calories to the household compared to ICDS. Then in this, it cost about 3 times as much for the PTS to provide a given number of calories to the household compared to ICDS. The PTS was very limited and particularly weak in the state and high incidence for poverty. Then it is the PTS is food subsidy program implemented government in the India provide poor. In this thing, the scheme is coming under, scheme is works for subsidy program implemented by government of India to the poor people in India who are residing in our India as very much lower economic group or very poor people. Some of the food grains are distributed among them in very low price at TPDS. Targeted public distribution were TPDS. What is TPDS? TPDS and BPL households are given a special identity card to obtain up to 20 kilo of rice or wheat per month, especially subsidized rate, not in free of cost. In a subsidized rate means 20 kilo of rice per wheat per month in a cost of 2 to 3 rupees. Per kilo is 2 to 3 rupees. Then strategies to combat public nutrition programs. One is immunizations. The important is immunizations by antigens can be any substance to production of antibodies in our body to increase our immunity or immunoglobulin. What is the national immunization schedule? Importance of immunization is immunization protects against several dangerous diseases by increasing body's ability or antibodies. After getting immunizations or vaccines, our body creates lots of antibodies so that the foreign invaders, the foreign bacteria, virus unable to enter in our body. So, importance of immunization is lifelong physical and mental disabilities, death from dreaded diseases, fight against, sorry. Immunization protect against several diseases, increasing body ability to fight, against diseases for lifelong physical, mental disabilities and death from endemic diseases. The immunization will protect us from any endemic diseases or any serious diseases for lifelong physical and mental disabilities. Common vaccine preventable diseases are, what are the common vaccine preventable diseases? Tetanus. The disease is common in the age group of 5 to 40 years. At this age group, predisposed to all kind of injuries and risks of acquiring tetanus in higher age group is 5 to in between 5 years to 40 years. Then caused by untrained how it will tetanus will spread in our body in India due to the bad hygienic practices are there. Due to bad hygienic practices during delivery, cutting of umbilical cord by untrained traditional midwives, but guys are there. They were following the unhygienic practices while in case of deliveries. Then females are at high risk in reproductive age 15 to 45 years, particularly after abortions and deliveries conducted under primitive conditions in the rural and tribal areas. So tetanus are spread. That's why we should give tetanus vaccines so that it can the disease will be controlled. Then poliomyelitis. Polio is also another acute communicable disease caused by virus and infections of alimentary tracts but affect the central nervous system, often leading to paralysis of the specific organs or lower limbs. Essentially a disease of infancy and childhood. It is the disease of infancy and childhood. Most vulnerable age is between 6 months to 3 years. This poliomyelitis virus is attacked in the age group of 6 months to 3 years. and tetanus is 5 to 40 years. And diphtheria is an infection of the throat, nose and larynx caused by the bacteria. It is most common in infants and children, but adults can also be infected with the disease. Most of the common form of disease, a thin membrane is formed in the throat. The infection can cause complications in the heart and nervous system. Then pertussis. Pertussis or whooping cough is caused by microorganism Bordetella pertussis, or the whooping cough is an acute highly communicable infections of respiratory tract. This is the primary disease of infants and children, and the disease takes a serious form in case of malnourished children, and it may lead to death also. Then measles. Measles is an acute communicable viral disease, which is the most serious of the common childhood disease. In these cases, rashes are seen, high fever, cough, runny nose, watery eyes lasting up to 1 to 2 weeks. It is responsible for many child death because of complications from pneumonia, diarrhea and malnutrition. Then TB, but tuberculosis is the chronic disease caused by Mycobacterium tuberculosis. It causes cough, fever and wet nose. It muscle wasting sin, then cough, fever, etc. It is transmitted by droplets of spectrum of infected person. It is spread through coughing, sneezing, talking, or droplets through the droplets. Then all through of the infected person. Then occur at any age. It must be more prevalent among male over 45 years of age, belonging to low income groups who are not taking good, right quantity or quality of nutrition. They were also infected who are coming under low income group. These are the importance of immunization in these cases are very much. Importance of immunization is applicable in these diseases, preventable diseases. The national immunization schedules. The schedules that tell us how, when and how much doses of each vaccine should be given is called as immunization schedule. Immunization schedule is there. What are the doses, right doses, and what are the means what are the right doses, and how much doses of the each vaccine should be given. These are the in table 13.1 vaccination or immunization schedules are there according to the TT1 early pregnancy, TT2 4 weeks after TT1. TT boosters are there in 2 TT doses in pregnancy within the last 3 years. Extra, these are the chart is there. Then supplementary feeding programs. Supplementary feeding programs are there. ICDS, Pradhana Mantri Gramodaya Yojana. ICDS, in ICDS, children 6 months to 72 months. Calorie is 500 kilocalorie. Protein is 12 to 15 grams. Adolescent 600, 18 to 20. Pregnant lactating 600, 18 to 20 protein. Then severely malnourished child who are coming under 6 months to 72 months, 800 kilocalorie, 20 to 25. Then midday meal plan. Then improving the quality of food produced by genetic approaches. Genetic or food biotechnology is a plant breed science. It means the transfer of the implementations of the gene that is abundant in another plant of living organism or species to the one that is to be enriched. Staple foods, our staple foods are wheat, rice, potato can be enriched with beta carotene and iron, zinc and amino acids. Lysine using genetic food biotechnology, genetic approaches has been successful in producing beta carotene rich wheat. Then beta carotene rich maize, beta carotene rich potato. We should we should enrich with but fortified with cereal products as beta carotenes. But vitamin A, we should enrich vitamin A with cereal products or carbohydrate food. Also, as well as iron, we should fortify it with iron and zinc and amino acids such as lysine. Then beta carotene rich meat, beta carotene rich potato, etc. Some research is required to assess producer, farmer, manufacturer, consumer acceptance. Then food biotechnology can help in enriching. It is the works of food biotechnology. They can help in enriching the vitamin, minerals, amino acid content to several staple foods. We will fortify it with staple food to this kind of minerals, amino acids and vitamins. Vitamins, minerals, amino acids in staple foods. Then genetically modified foods. Then improved resistance of several harmful agents such as virus, insects, and herbicides. They have also shown improvement in the shelf life, and rice strains are more resistant to the Tungro form virus. Then excellent works can be respect to rice, cocoa, oil palm. Some of the advantages are rice strains are more resistant to the this virus. Rice strains are more resistant to the bacilli from virus. Rice strains are more tolerant to herbicides. Rice strains are more resistant to insects. So that the rice are in a few days of the rice. Storage, the insects are moving inside the rice grain stores. Papaya strains are more resistant to ring spot virus. Papaya strains have the improved shelf life. Oil palm strains have oil quality improvement. Or palm oil. Palm oil strains have resistance to herbicides, and palm oil strains have resistance to insects. Oil palm strains have resistance to fungus. Thus, we studied the genetic modification of food can go long in combining problem of malnutrition in India. Policymakers, implementers, producers, and consumers should be educated about the merits and demerits of genetically modified food. How will you store? How will you use of these food products? Is a modification is also there. Clean water, sanitation, street food, and strategies for improvements. Replace all water and sewage mains. Then oversee the regulate the depth and tube wells should be bored. Community colonies and habitations, and set up water purification plants from the source from water we will use. Then continuously test water. Then levy a small fee for water management for all slums areas. Control the huge inflow of rural population pouring in the urban areas. Washing areas are also there. Market mandis are also then mandate only clean and washed vegetables and fruits should be shown. Then we should set up one areas where mandi market. We should set up a mandi market where the people are buying food grains or food products for their daily consumption. Then it should be clean and washed vegetables and fruits are there. Encouraging rainwater harvesting, providing microfinance to the women and slum peoples, monitoring and water sanitation positions, whether they are using uh, concreted sanitary latrines. Then make panchayat responsible for ensuring enough water, quality and quantity, and development of water. Then encouraging food for water management schemes, which can employ the youth of the village. Water and sanitation go hand in hand, especially in rural India. Mandate the rural housing loans will be incorporated. In urban, same. Then street food and strategies for improvement. Swachh Bharat, Swachh Pakwan was there, aimed to upgrading the skill of hygiene standard of the street food vendors and enable these people to serve excellent brand ambassador of the variety of that person. Surakshit Khadya Abhiyan was there. Then Abhiyan has been launched by Ministry of Consumer Affairs, and these are the promote awareness about food safety and focus on the street food vendors. Food Safety and Standard Authority of India FFSSI has project called Clean Street Food for enhance the popularity of street food by transforming it into global brand itself. Make the global brand out to Indian street food, raise health and safety standards of the street food, reduce incidence of the street food borne diseases, etc. These the main aims of street food strategies are the quality and quantity were maintained good, or good quality of food are sold by the vendors so that people can buy and eat the right kind of or microorganism food mainly. Community food banks. What are the community food banks? Formation of local food grain banks under the supervision of PRI to help in achieving nutrition security for all and insulting the economically and socially deprived sections of the community from seasonal and foods insecurity has been suggested. Then the main feature of the proposed food banks are one bank for every village for cluster of village and population ranging from Ethiopia. Then they should hmm, build a food bank where they can store seasonal and regional foods, and one bank of every region or clusters of villages with population ranging from this, supervised by the Society of Council chosen by Gram Sabha, then assigned to the different self-help group, implemented with honesty, political fairness, absence of discrimination among the religion, caste, class, gender, and political beliefs. It is the main aim is to improving nutrition security, especially poorer segment of the population living in vulnerable areas. Formation of local food grain brands under the supervision of PRI, achieving they were in there they should store the seasonal, regional, good quality of foods in a bank so that lots of people can getting good quality of food. Then personal management, program management and administrations. Concepts of programs, management and administrations. The six principles of management are there. Management by objectives. What are their objectives? We should stick on it. Then learning by experiences. Then division of labor in part. One must be in administrative line. One is selling. One is distribution, etc. These are divisions of labor. Then delegations. Then substitutions of resources. Then shortest decisions path. These are the six principles of management. Then first one is we can see management functions from the principle is planning functioning. First we should plan for a project. Planning function of management is derived from the first principle of management by objective. Then where and when it will be done. The principle requires to specification of what and how much is to be done. We should plan what we should do, then how much it should be done, what we should do and how much it should be done. Then each of these questions needs to be planning decisions are there. Then implementations. First planning is completed, then we should implement. Implementation function is derived from the principle of delegations, authority and responsibility with functional relations between people working to achieve more purpose. And this is the functional relation between who are working in a in a department, who are working, which department he was belonging to, then what are their propose and their goal. This is the implementation function. Then evaluation function derived from the principle of learning from experience, what we should gain from the experience, applying the principle of program and analysis the gap, desired result and actual result, what we are investing in this scheme, and what after that what are the results. This is known as evaluation function. We should we should whether it will be profitable for us or loss for us. It is known as evaluation function. Then administration, determination function, management, then personal. This is also important question. Implementation function, evaluation function, and planning functions are there. Then personal management. Role of personal manager. Skill required by the personal manager is broad background in the field of psychology, sociology, philosophy, economics, and management. He or she must deal with situations which often do not have right answers for all. Then an ability to understand not to logical demands of the employer employees. The skill is predicting human and organizational behavior. The functions of the personal managers are in this addition, personal manager performs certain functions where she has authority and with specific responsibility. Here the responsible persons, she will look after the these skins, look after this work, and she should look after the every department so that the aims must be fruitful. The operative function, management of operative function. Functions of the personal management is management functions as well as operative functions. Then in management functions are coming under planning, organizing, directing and controlling. Then operative functions it comes under procurement, development, compensation and integration. Then management of function is very much important. Management of function is first one is planning. We should plan for the skill or clearly planning the activities. Planning functions include personal manager to demonstrate various sets of skills and expertise while hiring staff of government or non-government. She should uh, she should demonstrate the skills relating to their functions, to their projects, to their project. They should demonstrate the various skills, hiring staff from government as well as non-government organizations. What is organizing? After planning, the personal manager establishing type of personal request for recruitment and the functions were starts. Then directing. They should direct to staff to work for an organization to fulfill the goal. The direction. They give direction. They're directing that you should work in your department to fulfill of this scheme. Then controlling the management duty of the personal manager to observe and control the action of the employee. Whether the employee is doing good or bad, whether she is in right work or not, she should control the employees. Then operative functions are procurement, development, compensation and integration. Very much important this functions of the personal manager and management functions. Then procurement is first operative functions of the personal manager to recruit the kind of number of personnel necessary to accomplish the goal of the organizations. Here C is expected to determine human resource requirement for selection and placement. Procurement means the personal manager should select the persons whether she has ability to work in this scheme, or then she should give placement according to the ability. Then development. After recruitment, the personal manager is expected to develop or train the employee to increase their skill. Then after employment is over, then she should, for development of the working capacities, she should train the employee. Then compensation. Under this function, the personal manager is expected to provide adequate and equitable remuneration to the personnel. Then she should give remuneration to the persons according to their activities or work, according to the wage policies. Then integration. The personal manager should be able to reconcile effectively the individual and organizational interest to purchasing the goals of the organization. These are the functions, management functions. Then 8 stages model for evaluation plan. The 8 stage model of evaluation plan include focus of evaluations, what is being evaluated and why we should evaluate it, who needs to know, then formulations of questions for evaluation, what are the key issues that need to be evaluated, what will be the lessons learned from evaluation, then designing strategies for evaluation, information should be collected from where, when and how we should collect the information. Then coordinate plan for evaluation, who will implement the plan for evaluations, how evaluation should be done, collection of data, then analyzing of data, then reporting, then reassessments were done. How to improve the program for better impact. These are the 8 stages model of evaluation plan. Conceptualization and the process of nutrition education. Importance of nutrition education. Nutrition education reinforces the knowledge and correct faulty concepts about nutrition. What are the blind fates she will have in the communities also? We should completely give health education to the society against the blind fates. It allows the individual to evaluate the nutrition information he or she receives. Evaluate the nutrition information he or she receives, whether she or he is implementing or not. We should allow the individual to evaluate. To promote the best use of individual limited economic sources, whatever conditions or whatever economic background she was what was the economically balance, whether he or she is coming under low socio-economic group or high economic group, then according to their economic status to promote the best of the individual in limited economic resources. Then it promote the concept of health as a valued community asset. Then we should aware the people about the health, about the nutritional, about the immunizations, etc. Nutritional health education. If families learn the importance of child nutrition, optimal development of the child, school children, adolescents who are coming under vulnerable groups. Adolescent girls by understanding the importance of nutrition, then pregnant women by making the right food choices increase the chances of healthy pregnancy, etc. Process of nutrition education and communication. What is the process of nutrition education? How we will deliver the messages to the society? Then message, one is sender, sending messages to the community, then community people must receive the message, and then feedback is seen. Three types of their: sender, messages sent to the receiver feedback, then senders. The transmitting information, ideas, attitudes from one person to another, such as intent and goals, are met. This is known as components of communication process. What are the components are? These are the sender, receiver, and feedback is also there. The center of communication, people are exposed to communications, many different sources. Believe a communication form is source to trust and high credibility. And communication attributes are: the message consists of what is actually communicated, including the appeals, words, pictures, sounds, etc. And the presence of channel is very important. The receiver, the first step is to planning by communication, send the attendance audience. Then feedback is designed by the response or information provided as the result of the event. Then three, it is also very important components of communication processes. When we should aware the community about the dysentery, diarrhea, measles, about immunizations, etc. When we will aware our nutrition health programs, when we will aware, we will give good examples to the society so that the sender can accept this kind of educational tips. Then the after receiving the audience, after receiving, they should implement in their daily life. They should implement how to take good quality of nutrition. Then what are the results in? Then this is the feedback. Feedback is defined as the response of information provided as a result of events. Then what are the results? In case of dysentery or diarrhea, they should take ORS as well as starches food, and takes antibiotics also, and take lots of waters to hydrate the body. Then after resolution good, and she should recover from the diarrhea. This is the feedback form. And they should the whoever the sender, sorry, the receiver will spread this the receiver should spread these messages in her society. It is very important. Phase of conceptualization is defining the nutritional problem, determining the cause of the problem, conductive information research, formulation is setting objective, designing the message, choosing the media and multimedia combinations. Implementation is producing the material, training the changing agent, executing the communication into phase 4 is evaluation. Key implements elements in the intervention designed for behavior change, identifying the nutritional problem in the society, then analyzing causing of the nutritional causes of the nutrition, what are the causes of the nutritional problem, then research and determining factor affecting nutritional behavior, then B, setting objective, identify target audience, and then developing messages, then identify challenge to the transmitting messages, then implementation in the community, then evaluation of the processes. Then first we will identify the nutritional problems such as um, PEM. Then what are the causes behind it we should find out. Then we should take some researchable steps. We should we should give good nutrition to the child. Then we should educate the mother how to how to keep how should maintain the hygienic practices. Then also some medicinal are there also. Then some health supplements you should aware the person mothers, child's mothers to take some in case of diarrhea, in case of other comorbidities. Then we should aware the mother to take some antibiotics. Then setting objective, identify target or audience, who are the targeted persons. We should setting our objectives, then developing message, then identifying challenge to the transmitted message. We should prevent the malnutrition from the society, then implementing in the community, then evaluation process will start. These are the intervention designed for behavior changes. Then causal analysis for malnutrition are immediate cause of malnutrition underlying. It must be causes, basic causes. What are these? Then poor food intake, or in case of disease, malnutritions are caused for two reasons. One is poor food intake. Another one is also diseases. Virus, bacteria, protozoas are also responsible for malnutrition. Then poor feeding, then child feeding practices. We should look after the child feeding practices, household and consumptions. Then intra household food distributions, interaction between mother and child. Then household consumptions means family food habits. What are their family food habits? Food availability in their family. Then food taboos. Then food availabilities are food household food budgets, then local food productions are available or not, then supplemental food. These are the, it is also important, causal analysis for malnutrition. nutrition education communications programs formulation. One is nutritional objectives, another one is educational objectives, third one is communication objectives. Types of objectives are general objectives, long-term nutritional objectives, educational objective, changes in behavior, short-term nutritional, intermediate objectives, change in knowledge and motivation. And communication objectives are exposure, retentions of message. General objectives are long-term or nutritional. Target audience should be improved nutritional status by the end of 5 years. In between 5 years, they should improve the nutritional status in a particular community. Then specific educational programs are target audience compared to baseline will report introducing their child for complementary feeding for 6 months in short term. Then intermediate objectives are the target audience compared to baseline will start that children need to start tough food, complementary food at 6 months, and state will obtain ORS packets, demonstrate knowledge for the growth monitoring, height, weight charts. State when the child is score begin to descend and the child needs special help in feeding. Intermediate feedings are uh, with breastfeeding, complementing feedings are added to the child's and daily routines, and we should maintain the we should maintain the height and weight, monitoring the height and weight of the child whether she is developing or underdeveloped. Intermediate objectives. Then communication objectives are target audience should have heard a radio programs, suggesting food chart, have attended Anganwadi sessions within month or communication activities start. Our communication objectives are we should aware the people, we should aware the targeted people through radios, through movies, through song, folks, etc. in the communication process. Identifying a target audience. Primary target audience, secondary target audience, tertiary target audience. Primary target audience are nutrition health practices, mothers of young children who would modify their behavior to fit their children. Primary target audiences are mothers. Mothers should encouraging the child and modify their behavior while at the time of feeding. At the time of feeding, mother should sing a song, or mother should accept some activities which are very much attractive to the child. तो child को attraction କରିବାକୁ ହେଲେ mothers କିଛି ଗୀତ କିଛି ଯାହା ଦେଖେଇକି ସେ ତାର ନ୍ୟୁଟ୍ରିସନ୍ କୁ increase enhance କରିପାରିବ. Secondary audiences people who are motivated to teach, support and reinforce the practices and belief of primary audience. Secondary audience are healthcare providers, family, friends, popular public figures, and communication programs successfully ignore the potential. The secondary audiences are they were belongs to the celebrity or important persons or cartoons, etc., which can be followed by the child or any other persons. They can follow these kinds of people. Then tertiary audience are financial supporters and influential people in the community, such as pradhan or school teachers, and facilitate the communication process and behavior changes and make the program a success. Tertiary audience are teachers and some of the important persons. Communication process, behavior change make the program a success. First one is mother, second one is the mass communications persons or who belongs to celebrity or cartoons, etc., in media, TV, radios, etc. Third one is teachers and head of the family. These are the audiences, three types of targeting audience. Then child survival nutritional programs, primary audience are grandmother, caretakers, mothers, etc. How to will design message? Message is the formulations of the idea or concept to be transmitted to a specific population. Message, how we will give message to the society? We will simple draw pictures, attractive pictures, And in regional language we should write importance of the breastfeeding, etc. For example, is breast milk is the best for the infant. We should picture attractive pictures with mothers breastfeed the child about that importance. Then media is channel of communication through which the message is transmitted. For example, counseling, group discussions, etc. In media, group discussions are there. How to enhance the health of the mother's child who are belonging to vulnerable groups. Then supports are the materials on which the message is transmitted. Then flip charts, radio programs, etc. also transmitted the messages to the society. These are the designing messages, support materials were messages, the media. Then nutrition communications are interpersonal communications. Individual approaches are there, group approaches are there, personal contact, interviews, home visits, personal letters, telephones, etc. are there. In intrapersonal communications about nutritional teachings are personal contact with taking the interview, questionnaire methods, then home visits, then personal letters or by telephones. Then group approach are lecturers, demonstrations are there, discussion methods are there, group panels, workshops are there, play, drama, models, tours, etc. Then group approach. Then in mass media and in traditional method. In mass media, televisions are also helping, radio recording, film tapes, newspaper, other printed matters, journals, we have classical music, dance, puppetry is there. ଆମର ଦାସକାଠିଆ ପାଲା ଥ୍ରୁରେ ସବୁ ଜିନିଷ ପୁରାଣ ଜିନିଷ କହିକି ସେମାନେ ସବୁ ଯାକ ମେସେଜ ସୋସାଇଟିକୁ ଦଉଥିଲେ। ମାସ୍ ମିଡ଼ିଆ ଆମର ଟିଭି, ରେଡ଼ିଓ, ଲ୍ୟାପଟପ୍ସ, ଫୋନ୍ etc. are helping in mass media. Interpersonal ମାନେ ଜଣେ ଇଣ୍ଡିଭିଜୁଆଲି ଘରକୁ ଯାଇକି ଆମର ଇଣ୍ଟରଭ୍ୟୁ ଇଏରେ କି ଆମକୁ ପଚାରିକି କ୍ୱେଶ୍ଚିନାର ମେଥଡରେ କରିବେ। ଆଉ ଗ୍ରୁପ ଆପ୍ରୋଚ୍ ମାନେ ଡିସ୍କସନ୍ସ ୱେର୍ ଦେୟାର। It is also very important channels of communication. Thank you. ଆମେ ନେକ୍ସଟ କ୍ଲାସରେ